Hi everyone, remember this book? We left it behind. Although I heard some of you did take it, so if you took it with you, then you'll be able to do the work in the book. But anyway, we're back to how fractions relate to decimals. Remember when we left? Gosh, that seemed like a long time ago. We were just getting into this, and so today we're going to be continuing our learning. All right, and look, this is how we used to start questions in the classroom. So we're going to read the question. The mural is divided into 100 equal parts. Marilyn's class painted 3/10 of the mural, and Cal's class painted 27/100 of the mural. How much of the mural have the two classes painted? Solve this problem any way you choose. Well, first of all, it's about children painting a mural that's got 100 equal parts. And we've got 3/10 and 27/100 to, that's what the children painted. And we want to know how much they painted all together. And we can definitely see that the denominators are different. So what I want you to do right now is just read everything you can here on that page. It says right here you can use appropriate tools. So if you've got your black and white journals, bring that out if that'll help you with the grid paper on it. And it says think about how you can use the grid to make how much of the mural of the two classes painted. Show your work in the space above. Well, of course you can't, but you can do it in a book, in your notebook. But right now I want you to pause it and then see if what you get. And then turn it back on when you want to see what I've done. Okay? So pause it right now. And then when you come back, we'll continue. Okay, so hopefully you've worked out this problem on your own. Let's see how you did. So let's compare our answers, just like we do at school. Okay, so we know that the first part said it was 3/10. So we know that this one is broken up into 3/10. So I'm going to see if this works for me. And let's see, I'm going to, oh, we could have kept it red, but we'll just go with green. And so this right here, this is 1, 2, 3. So I've colored in 3/10, right? So here's my 3/10. Okay, and then over here it said that we needed, we also needed, the other class did 27/100, and if you see how silly I'm writing, it's because I'm using a mouse, but 27/100. And so this was broken up into tenths as we were working on it before, so we colored in the 3/10 all the way up here, the 3/10. And then here, it says that we need 27/100. So we know that there's 10 in each of these, right? So we're going to write that's 10. Okay, and 20. And what I'm going to do is, since I've got 3 over here, I'm going to bring those over here, and I'm going to just change the color. I'm going to bring those over. And let's see, how about if I do highlighter? That might be. And let's see if I can pick the color. Oh, good, it's already in yellow. Okay, I'm going to go blue. All right, so then I'm going to do these. I'm going to bring these over here. And so we've got 1, 2. I'm not very good at this. 3. All right, so there's the 3/10 right there. There's the 2, the 27, and then I'm just missing this 7. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how much do I have all together? How much do I have all together? And let me just, well, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 plus 7, so it's 57 hundredths. 57 hundredths of the mural was painted. So let's see if I could go back. So 5,700. So again, we had the 3/10. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then the 20 right here. So there's 10, 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so it's 57 hundredths. So 57 hundredths of the mural has been painted by the two classes. All right. And then it says how much of the mural remains. Well, on the bottom right here, it says how much of the mural remains. Well, let's just pick a different color. And we'll go with blue. And so we've got 1, 2, 3 right there. So we've got 3 right here. And then 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have 43 hundredths has not been painted. And if we add these up, we'd have 100. We have 57 plus 43 is 100. So 100 hundredths would mean the whole mural. Do you guys remember this when we did this stuff in class? We were even making pictures on our last day. So you remember, this is all just to remind you. And I'm not sure why it's not letting me go on. So again, it's all to remind you. If you have a screen where you can write on or something and this can help you, that's great. But if not, you can use your book. So here is another way we could have done that. So Jana and Steve collect money for an animal shelter. Jana collected 5/100ths of the goal, while Steve collected 4/10ths of the goal. How much of the goal did Jana and Steve collect? Use like denominators. You know how to do equivalent fractions. So here's another way. Instead of drawing it out and things like that, you can change these things so the denominators are the same. So here we have 4/10ths and 5/100ths. So the amount collected was 4/10ths and 4/100ths, so they're going to add it. But we know that we can make equivalent fractions. So here we write 4/10ths as an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. And so they did, how can we get from 10 to 100? Well, times 10, and whatever you do to the top, to the bottom, you do to the top, or whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. So now we have 40th hundredths plus 5/100ths equals 45 hundredths. So we know how to use and make equivalent fractions, and so this is another way of doing it instead of drawing it all out. Okay, so here we are right here, and I'm gonna practice a few of these with you, but if I look right here, I think that we can make these into equivalent fractions. So let me just get a thinner pen. I'm going to use a pen instead. Let's see. Oh, yeah, pen, not a highlighter. So, oh, here it goes, pen. Okay, and so if I've got 3/10ths, so I'm going to change my denominator to 100 because that is way easier. So 4/100ths. And I'm going to have to change this to 100, the 3/10ths to 100. So how do I get from 10 to 100? Well, times 10. So if I times 10 times 10 to get 100, then I have to times 3 times 10, which is going to give me 30. And this gives me 34 hundredths. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try this one right here. So we've got 71 hundredths, 71 hundredths, plus 5/10ths, and of course we want to change that to 100. And I did 10 times 10 again, so 5 times 10 is 50. And if we add that, ooh, we're going to have more than one. So we add 71 plus 50, so that's 100. And 21 hundredths. And we know that's an improper fraction, so we have 1 and 21 hundredths. Okay, so we could do that all the way down the line. So I'd like you to try some right now. Pause it and try. And if you're having problems, let me know. And so this is just a good way of practicing. And then let's go on to the next. And then here's some more. Again, it's just another look of how to change, make equivalent fractions. So it says, in the morning, Duncan sold 27 hundredths of the items in his yard sale. In the afternoon, he sold another 6/10 of the items. What fraction of the items did he sell? So as you can see here, they went from, they kept 27 hundredths and they changed this 6/10 to 60 hundredths, and they got 87 hundredths. So right here, we would leave the 31 hundredths the same, and then we're going to make this into, let's see, so 40. So 40 would go here. And you add them together, and now you have 71 hundredths. So again, it's just using, making the denominators the same. Okay, if you have any problems with these, just let me know. Remember that to get to 100, 10 times 10 is 100, and then just multiply whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. All right, so I hope to hear from you. Have a great day.